and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here for the first time, welcome to Vlogmas. This is not how I normally start out my videos. I'm being very expressive with my hands because I'm aware it's all you can see. In today's video I'm going to be showing you my eyeshadow collection. I really enjoy watching these kind of videos, and I asked on my community page if you wanted to see it, and more than half of you did. So I thought I enjoy watching these kind of videos. Some of you want to see it, and I think it's going to be fun to make. And I also thought it would be really good because if you know what eyeshadows I have, you can make requests for videos. If there's a palette that I've got that you want to see a testing video, a 3 looks 1 palette video, anything like that, do let me know in the comments because I can definitely do that for sure. So I'm going to get on with it because I think this might be a bit of a longer video. If you enjoy this video, if you could give it a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. And if you're new here, if you fancy sticking around and pressing subscribe, I would really appreciate it. So to start off with, I've got 3 Huda Beauty palettes. I've got 2 of the Obsessions palettes and 1 of the Haze. So I'll show you the Emerald Obsessions first. This is really new to my collection, and it is a beautiful, beautiful green palette with a little hint of blue and a bit of neutral shade here. I really, really like this palette. I don't have many of these green tones in my collection, so I love this one. I have also got the Topaz Obsessions. I've had this one for a little while and I don't use it so much, and you think I would because I love these kind of shades, but I wasn't that impressed with this palette. I just didn't think it had sort of the most amount of pigment to it. I've got other sort of orange shadows that I prefer, orange palettes that I prefer a little bit more. The shimmers are like beautiful. Like, look at that. The shimmers are really, really beautiful. But the mattes, do you know what? The mattes are fine. I think it's just this shade. This shade really excited me, and it just really, really lacks pigment. So I think the whole reason I don't reach for this palette so much is because of the disappointment in this shade, which is a bit ridiculous, I know, but I do want to play with it some more. And then I have the Khaki Haze palette, which I got in one of my Twee charity bundles recently, and it's a really pretty palette. You can see my microphone. Oh, you can see me, like, hi. It's a really pretty khaki palette. We've got a bit more neutrals, we've got a bit of a peachy pink, and then we've got some really, really pretty shimmers. With these, you kind of need to break the seal on the shimmers, and then they become really, really gorgeous. Like, there's a bit of a top layer on them, but that one's like a duo, where is it? This one's like a duochrome, hopefully you can see. That is, yeah, beautiful. So I'm really enjoying this. Like I said, green tones are kind of new to my collection a bit, and I'm really enjoying them. Then I have my Colourpop palettes. I actually have more Colourpop palettes than this because I did a Black Friday order and that arrived yesterday. So I'm going to do a Colourpop haul for you. But these are the palettes I already have. Let me show you this one first. This is a pressed glitter palette. This wasn't the palette they were meant to come in. It was one of the collections that you can buy, but I think the palette this was meant to come in was sold out. So I'm not exactly sure what this collection was called, but it's a beautiful mix of like neutral shimmers with some bright colours. I don't reach for pressed glitters that often, but it's nice to have these for when I do. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 9pan palettes. So I'll show you these quickly. I've got Baby Got Peach, which is beautiful. Really, really love this one. I've got Strawberry Shake, which has got the most beautiful pink shimmer here. You can see how much I've like dug into that, and a gorgeous like sort of orangey leaning shade. These are really, really pretty. Like, look at those. I really enjoy this palette. Then I've got Orangey Glad. I love orange eyeshadow. Some beautiful, beautiful shades in here. This Sun-Kissed shade is just really pretty, and so much brighter than the shade in the Huda palette. So that is one that I really enjoy. This palette, you can see this has had some serious loving. This is the Honey palette. It is a beautiful, beautiful yellow palette. I love this shade Sunburst. It's like a yellow shimmer that has like greeny bluey shimmer particles in it. I don't know if they'll pick up on camera, but they are really, really beautiful. I love this, and you can see how much I have dug into this palette and enjoyed it. Then we've got Main Squeeze, which is probably the one that I've used the least, and I think it's because I'm just not going for red eyeshadow at the moment. But yeah, it's more of a deeper red palette. Still pretty, but I just haven't really reached for it that much. And then I've got Lilac You a Lot, which is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I've definitely had some fun, definitely had some fun with this palette. Do a couple of swatches for you. Oh, they're just, I mean, the swatches aren't paying off so well, but they are like really beautiful. You can see them on my hand. They do pay off a bit more than that on the eye, I promise. I really, really enjoy this palette. So that's all my Colourpop palettes as of today. I've obviously got my haul, which I'll be showing you at some point this week. So before I move on to the palettes in my drawers, I wanted to show you the palettes that I've got in my testing makeup drawers. So I haven't actually used any of these yet, but I do have them ready to do videos on. So as I said in the intro, let me know if there's any that you'd like me to do a testing video with, or a look or something like that. Just let me know what you're interested in. So the first one that I have is from LA Splash. This is the eyeshadow palette. I'm not sure if it has a name, like hi again. It's really reflective, but it's got this beautiful packaging. We got this in the November glossy box, and it's a really pretty palette with some pinks, some neutrals, a bit of a orangey leaning shade. So I haven't played with this yet, but you'll have to let me know if you would like me to. Then I have the Defense palette from Pure. I got this in a Tribe beauty box. The packaging for this is stunning. It's like one of those pictures where when you move it, I don't know if it'll pick up on camera, but you can see different things. You can see the clouds moving. So this looks like this. Again, quite a neutral leaning palette with some oranges. This looks really pretty. This is more of a charcoal, like glittery shade. Oh, I'll have to swatch another one now I'm here. So that looks really pretty. So again, you'll have to let me know if you want me to do a video on this. I'm excited to try this because I've heard really good things about Pure eyeshadows. Next up, I've got this palette from Revolution Pro, the new neutral blushed palette. We got this in the Look Fantastic Black Friday box. Really like the packaging of this, and this is beautiful, really, really beautiful. I mean, look at this shade here. That's so pretty. That's like a pink with some sort of lime green shimmers in. It's really hard to pick up shifts in shimmers on camera, but hopefully you can see. That's not the boldest of colours, but it's pretty. So yeah, I can definitely, oh, I'm just swatching way too much here. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. Again, let me know if you want to see a video on this. Then I have this palette from Dominique Cosmetics. This is the Latte 2 palette. I got this in my Twee bundles again. I really, really want to try this, so I'm probably gonna use this in an upcoming video soon. I just love how sleek the packaging is, and look at that. Beautiful, beautiful tones in here. Neutral on like sort of this side, and then a couple of pops of colour. This looks beautiful, this looks beautiful. The shimmers look delicious. Yes, very much want to try this one, so hopefully that'll be coming in a video soon. And then again, from a Tribe beauty box, I've got the Lorac Pro, the bakery box, and just look at that. It's got two highlighters in the middle, and then some beautiful, beautiful tones, and these really fun shadows that are sort of different, like got different colours in them. They look really pretty. Yeah, not sure it's swatched the best, but let's go for some brighter colours, give them a chance. Yeah, that looks lovely. yes, very excited to give them a go. I've just tried turning my brightness down a little bit because I was just aware that you were maybe struggling to see some of the shimmers. So hopefully that's better. It is so hard filming in the dark. So we'll look at my e.l.f. shadows next. So I have got 6 of the bite-sized palettes. I've got, this is Hot Jalapeno. I used this in a makeup video testing. I used this in a makeup video that I posted this week where I did a full face of my cheapest makeup. So I'll link that down below for you in case you want to see it. This is SIU. Really pretty blue palette. Can you see how much shimmer I've got all over my hands already? Wow. This is Rose Water. These are amazing. They're literally £3 and they're so pretty. Yeah, I think you can see that shimmer better now. Apologies. This is Pumpkin Pie. Then we've got Cream and Sugar. Champagne shimmers, always just call to me. Really pretty. And then we've got Carnival Candy, which has got a gorgeous, oh, if I can open it. Come on. Gorgeous, gorgeous blue shimmer in. Look at that. Oof. Wow. I need to play with that at some point soon. So they are my e.l.f. shadows. So next up we'll do all of my Revolution brand palettes. So we've got I Heart Revolution and Makeup Revolution in here. So I've got 2 of the I Heart Revolution chocolate bar palettes. This one I've had for a long time. This is the chocolate orange palette. This was one of my first orange leaning palettes when I was first starting to play with colour a bit more. And it's pretty. I don't really get that much use out of it anymore. If I was going to go for an orange one, I'd get Orange You Glad. But I do really like some of the more neutral shades in here. So this is a palette that I'd use more for the neutrals than the oranges right now. But I do still enjoy it. This one is newer to me. This is the Turkish Delight. And I got this because I thought some of the shimmers looked really pretty. But they turned out to be a lot of sort of pressed glitters. And like, I don't know. Well, that's really pretty. That is a really pretty shade actually. I think I got this because I wanted to play with the greens a bit more, but there wasn't a matte green in here. And like, yeah, I'm having to work really hard to get payoff from this one. So this was before I had any other green palettes, and I thought this could be like an entryway green palette, but now I'd go for like my Huda Beauty one. So I think I need to try and get a bit more use out of this because I've not really explored it, but that's this one. Then I've got from I Heart Revolution the Tasty Peach palette. Again, this is newer to me. I wanted this for so long and I need to play with it more. It is a beautiful, beautiful pink palette with some gorgeous, gorgeous shimmers. Let's just swatch 1 or 2. I mean, that's a bit chunky. Yes, anyway, the colour story is beautiful. Oh yeah, there we go. That is a pigmented pink. And I need to play with this more, and I just love the packaging. How cute is that? I've got the Roxy from Roxasaurus collaboration palettes, the Colour Burst palette. This packaging is gorgeous. This is a newer one to me again. Beautiful, beautiful. Need to play with that more. Then I have the Soph palette. I've talked about this multiple times. It is battered. The lid comes off. You can see this is my most well-used palette. This was my first introduction to yellow. These 3 shades were were for months my go-to neutral look. This pink everyday shade is just really beautiful. Love, love this LA Sun. Gorgeous. So yeah, I don't need to say too much about this because I've talked about this many, many times. This is a palette from Revolution. This is the Beautiful Darkness palette. I got this palette when I did a clothing swap video with Riley. I'll leave that link down below as well. She included this. I don't really think I've played with it too much. This Torment shade looks stunning. Look at that. I need to give this a bit more of a go. Then I've got this beautiful palette from Revolution. It's the Reloaded Neutrals 2. These palettes are like £3 or £4, super cheap. So if you want to pick up some affordable shadows, these are really lovely, like some really pretty tones in here. Then I have these two palettes from Revolution. This is the Ultimate Neutrals palette, and this is the Metallic Crush palette. So that's more of a neutral one. And then this has got some really, really fun shades. This blue is beautiful. Again, really affordable palettes. I think these might have been from, I think this one for sure was from an advent calendar last year. Potentially this one, I'm not sure. But these ones you can definitely pick up. Next, we'll move on to my Urban Decay palettes. I have got 4. Gosh, I've got 4 now. 4 of the Naked palettes. I remember there was a time before I was really as into makeup as I am now, I dreamt so much about getting these Naked palettes, and a friend got me this for Christmas or for my birthday, and then I got a voucher at work as a thank you, and I picked up this one. So I'll show you them in order of when I got them. So the first one is the Naked 2 palette. So this is a really cool toned neutral palette, and I really don't use it all that much. I'm not ready to declutter it yet because it's kind of special to me. But, you know, as I get better at letting go of things that have like emotional attachment, I don't know if this will survive, but I need to play with it a little bit more. Then we've got the Naked 3. This is the one I wanted so much, and you can see this has had quite a bit more loving. I love pink eyeshadows. You can see this shade, what's it called? Like, it's even faded, but this has had some serious loving paid to it. So that's really, really pretty. Then we've got the Naked Cherry palette. Again, some gorgeous, gorgeous pinky red tones. And then my newest Naked palette, which you will have seen in my Look Fantastic Black Friday haul, the Honey palette. This is beautiful, 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 gorgeous. Then I have the Troublemaker palette, which was given to me as a birthday present, and it just looks like this. It's got some shimmers in, a beautiful, beautiful, like burgundy red shade. The shimmers are really pretty. That green. Oh my goodness, that would be great for a Christmassy look. So I've got that one too. Next up, I have a couple of Juvia's Place palettes. I have got the Saharan palette, which is more of a neutral palette with some really pretty shimmers. This shimmer, Iman, is beautiful. It's like a white, silvery, beautiful shimmer. I've got the Mini Magic. I think I might have like left these on the windowsill at one point and the sun has like damaged them. This is a beautiful colourful palette. This shade I think is my favourite, Fazo. It's a beautiful purple that has a bit of a shift to it. Love it. And then this is my newer Juvia's palette. This is the Warrior, and it's a gorgeous neutral palette with some beautiful, beautiful shimmers. Like, look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. There's a couple of Juvia's palettes that I really, really want to pick up that are on my wish list, and I will definitely be getting them at some point soon. I've got 2 palettes from Nabla, which is an Italian indie brand, and I haven't really played with these yet. I've got the Metropolis and the Wild Berry. These are from the Cutie palette range. This is what they look like. I really need to play with these more. I struggle with smaller palettes like this to get inspiration, but this, like, look at this shade. It's got so many different colours in the shimmer. Lovely. Need to play with these more. So let me know if you want to see a video on these, because I can do that. I have got 2 palettes from Too Faced. I've got the Gingerbread Spice palette and the Natural Nudes. This palette I wanted so badly. Like, when we went to New York a couple of years ago, it was limited edition and I nearly picked it up, and I regretted that I didn't for so long that I ended up buying this off Depop. They brought it back since, but the only way I could have got it was from Depop. And it's got some beautiful pink shades and some really pretty shimmers, a bit of a purple. This shade, Frostbite Me, is a bit weird, but like Spiked Eggnog is beautiful. Like, you can see, I just go straight for the champagne shades. And it was this pink shade that really drew me, because again, it was as I was getting into pink eyeshadow. Hot Toddy. Oh, beautiful. Like that's got a really pretty shift to it. So that is lovely, and it smells not so much anymore, but it smells like cocoa. So, and the packaging, come on, like look at this packaging, amazing. And then I've got the natural nudes, which I picked up recently that I showed you in my Black Friday Look Fantastic haul. Played with this a couple of times and I love it. It's just amazing. The shimmers are beautiful and so pigmented, but it's the mattes. The mattes are the winner in this palette. They're just so buttery and creamy. Like, look at that. Oh my gosh. It's the mattes for me in this palette and I can't wait to play with this more. Next up, I've got my ABH palettes. I've got 3 of the Anastasia palettes and 1 of the Norvina. So I've got the Norvina palette, which looks like this. Really, really beautiful. I've got the Modern Renaissance, which I haven't really played with yet. I only got these this year and I haven't played with this one much. I've been struggling with having the time to use fun eyeshadows because in the week I work, so I can't really wear bright eyeshadows to work. And then I've got 2 days at the weekend where I can. So I think I need to make time to play with my eyeshadows more. And then I've got the Soft Glam palette, which is beautiful. I love this orange soda shade. Like, it's quite a sort of more pastel orange, but it's really pretty. And then I've got my baby. This is the Norvina collection volume 4. I don't know why I keep this with some of my palettes, but it is stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. It's got the most beautiful mixture of mattes, metallics. It's got a couple of pressed glitters, which I'm not so bothered about, but I just think it's beautiful. Like, look how pigmented that pink is, and this pink. It's all about the pinks. Like, look at those. I really want to do a video with this actually, so let me know if you want to see that. But this is my baby. Then I have got another favourite. This is from Sigma. This is the Corda Rosa palette. I love this so much. You can tell pink eyeshadow is my jam. And this is just stunning. I love, love, love this and cannot recommend it enough. I also have my new Natasha Denona Sunrise palette, again from my Look Fantastic Black Friday haul. Amazing. Love it. Love it. I have this palette from Iconic London, which I got in the... I'm not going to tell you where I got this in case it's a spoiler for some people. Not going to tell you. This is the Day to Slay eyeshadow palette. If you know where this is from, you'll know what I mean. It's a really pretty neutral palette with some sort of pops of peachy, orangey goodness and a bit more of a sort of purpley kind of leaning shimmer. This is pretty. I like it. I need to play with it more. That's kind of what I'm saying with all my palettes. I need to play with them all more. Let's do these darker shimmers. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Yes, I need to play with this more. I don't like how like big and bulky the packaging is, but I need to get more use out of it. I have 2 palettes from Profusion. These were from the advent calendar last year. I don't think they have names. Oh, they're very hard to open. Like, get out the tweezers. So they're both relatively neutral. This has got a bit more pink in it, but they're really pretty and like so good for the price. Like, look at that. Oh my goodness. Profusion is such an affordable brand and I need to get some more of their palettes. Like, those mattes are amazing. I have my 2 BH Cosmetics palettes. I have talked about this palette enough. You know my feelings. Obsessed, obsessed, obsessed. This is Hanging in Hawaii. So beautiful, so beautiful. And then I've got the Mimosa palette, which I've not used as much. This is a bit newer, but again, so beautiful. It's got yellow, orange, pink. Sold. I've got a couple of palettes, which actually, this isn't a declutter, but I think I can declutter them. First of all, I've got this one from Wet n Wild. This is the Rose in the Air palette. And I got this when I was in New York because it was a dupe for the Modern Renaissance palette, which I now have. Oh, but now I'm like, I got it in New York. It's sentimental. But I got other palettes in New York that I'm keeping. So this, I find it so hard to declutter. But I'm not going to use this when I've got the Modern Renaissance. But I could do a comparing video, but they're both so old, no one's going to want to see that. Unless someone shouts really loudly in the comments that you want to see that video of this being used like on one side of the face and the ABH one on the other. I think I can let this go. Two palettes that I can definitely let go of are the Forgive Me Susie palette. This is the I Swear. I do like the colour scheme, but I've got these tones elsewhere. And the Bella Pierre Cosmetics Peach Blossom palette. Again, beautiful tones, but I've got them elsewhere and I just won't reach for those. So they can definitely go. This is a maybe, like, and if someone doesn't shout in the comments, this will be going. So that's something. I wasn't expecting to get rid of anything because this isn't a declutter, but hey. Let's do Morphe next. I have got 4 Morphe palettes. This is one that I got in New York, so you know, I'm keeping something sentimental, it's all good. This is from the Jacqueline Hill Vault. This is Ring the Alarm, which is again pinks, oranges, neutrals. Then I've got this one. This is really special. This is the 9D Painted Desert. I got this from my Patreon, Miranda. I did a video where I gave Miranda £50 to make me a mystery box. Miranda is my first ever Patreon and will always have a special place in my heart. I do have a Patreon, by the way. I always link it in my description in case you're interested. But we have a lot of fun over there. Like, I've got a gorgeous group of lovely ladies over there. So if you want to find out a bit more about that, I do have the link. So this is beautiful. This is me in a palette. It's just like sunset vibes. It's absolutely beautiful. I really, really love this and it will always stay because it's special, but regardless, I really, really like it. So that's staying. I don't know why I'm saying it's staying. Like, I decluttered 3 palettes. It's not a declutter all of a sudden. It's an eyeshadow palette collection. This is the Colourburst 35B. Some friends got me this for my birthday. I used it for a... Did I do a green look with this in a video? I think it was green. But this is just a beautiful, beautiful rainbow palette. Love this. And then again in New York, I got the 35M Mood Boss palette. Like, this is looking, you can see the difference. Like, this is a bit newer, this is a bit older. And that's, I don't know why I've kept this. This has got some amazing greens, oranges, purples, neutrals, some reds. So that is my Morphe palettes. Okay, where to next? Are they all just one-off palettes now? No, I have got 2 palettes from Essence. I have got the Be Royal Not Cute. This packaging is just amazing. These shimmers are something else. Like, let's go for a couple. A bit chunky there, but look, as soon as you blend it in, really, really pretty. Essence is such an affordable brand and this packaging is just gorgeous, so I love this one. Then on the other hand, I have this palette. I've just dropped some of my e.l.f. palettes on the floor. This is the Salou Paris palette and this can get decluttered. This is just boring to me. It's just light, dusky. Like, granted that shimmer's pretty, but I've got it in every other palette. So yeah, I think I can pass this on to someone who will enjoy it more than I will. So that's a 4th one decluttered. Hello, for not being a declutter, I'm happy with that. Then the rest of my palettes are all sort of one-off palettes. So this is from Beauty Bay. It's the Pastels palette. This is my only Pastels palette. I have done a look with this video, so I will link that down below. This is from Zoeva. This is the Cocoa Blend palette. We got this, ooh, in the Zoeva box from Glossy Box. Some really pretty, more neutral tones again with a pop of reddy pink. I have got this palette from OPV Beauty. This is beautiful. This is called the, I think it's a Shun. I'm really sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. I really want to get some more OPV Beauty palettes, but look at this. I'm sorry. I clearly have a thing for like sunset, sunrise vibes. The pinks, the oranges, the yellows, like this shade. How neon is that orange? Like, oh my goodness. Gravity. This is just a beautiful, Beautiful palette. I need to get more from OPV Beauty for sure. Then I've got this palette from W7. This is the Socialite palette. This is meant to be a dupe for the Huda Beauty New Nudes, I think. I might declutter this because I'm not a fan of copycat makeup. Like, I don't mind inspired palettes, but straight up copycats, I just don't agree with it. Like, I'm starting to like change the way I see things a little bit from when I bought this, and I just don't think it's right ethically. So, you know, and if I really want this scheme, I should just buy the original. But to be honest, I've got these shades in every other palette. So again, gonna declutter this one. I've got this palette from Style London, more orangey gorgeousness, so that can stay. It's not a declutter. This palette was also given to me by some friends for a birthday. This is the Love Burst palette from Love Island. It's the Hideaway Eyes. Really pretty. I need to play with this a bit more, but like I said, well, I think I said, I thought it, I don't know if I said it by this point. Smaller palettes, like anything under £9, I really struggle to get inspiration when I look at them, but it's really pretty. So I need to play with this more, but I will never get rid of that because it's sentimental. Look at the mess on my desk. Oh my goodness, look at the state. This palette is again one that was given to me by Riley in our swap video. This is from Lorac. It's the 120 Summer Eyeshadow Tones, and I think I can pass this on. I've ruined two of them because I did a last minute Halloween look at work, and I took these shadows and put a bit of like facial oil in and turned them into face paints to do like a skull look. This has got 2 layers of shadows in, and it is good and it is beautiful, and the shadows are, you know, they look good, but I just don't think if I'm going to go for like a rainbow palette, I just don't think this is what I'm going to reach for. Like, that's awful swatching. It's because I'm doing it on the wrong hand. But yeah, it's a little bit patchy. And I just think I've got other palettes like my Morphe Colour Burst palette that I would go to a bit more. Like, these are all quite chunky. Not the best, but it was really fun to have a go with. And I was like, oh, I could keep it for more like face paint type situations, but how often is that going to come up? So let me pass this on to someone who can play with it a bit more. We've got 5 more. I've got 2 palettes from Pixie. This is actually in my testing makeup drawer, and I just missed it when I opened up the drawer, but I was like, hang on, I've got 2 from Pixie. So I've got this one, which is an all shimmer palette. This is the Reflect Light palette, and it's just got a beautiful mixture of shimmers in it, like super pretty. I don't really go for an all shimmer palette very often, but I have enjoyed reaching for some of these shimmers. This is another Pixie palette. This is the Rosette Ray palette. This I haven't tried yet, so you'll have to let me know if you want a video. I got this in my Twee charity bundles. Got a mixture of mattes and metallics. These mattes look really velvety in the pan. I haven't actually even touched this yet. There's not the most colour payoff. What about these shimmers? That's, yeah, looks all right. Doesn't look like the best thing I've seen. So, you know, if I ever do a declutter anytime soon and I've not really used that by then, I could see that being one that I would pass on, but I've not even given it a try yet. Next, I have this beautiful palette from BMM. So that's Brown Melanin Makeup. This is the Melanin Fantasy Eyeshadow Palette. Oh, you can tell I'm tired. I'm ready for a cup of tea. This, again, is a sort of sunrise, sunset themed palette that is beautiful. Look, come on. Where can I even swatch? I've got nothing left. But look at those. Is that not just gorgeous? This is a brand that you need to check out. They are a UK-based, Black-owned makeup brand. This is one of the palettes that I picked up in my Black-owned beauty brand video that I did earlier this year, as well as this palette here. This is from September Rose, which is another brand that I want to get more from. This is the Brew palette. Very similar in colour scheme absolutely beautiful. It's more mattes than shimmers. I'm a mess. Look at the state of me. Where am I going to swatch for you? It's got some gorgeous, gorgeous tones in those mattes. They are beautiful. Look how, where is it? Look how pigmented they are. They have got some really colourful palettes called, I think it's the Slush 1 and the Slush 2 that I really want to try out. Again, you need to check out both of these brands for sure. BMM have just started releasing some other products like setting powders, lip glosses. I think they're just releasing a highlighter palette. I need to get my hands on that. So yes, don't sleep on these brands. And then the last palette is from Primark. This is the Nudes eyeshadow palette. This is the only Primark palette I have, and part of me wants to keep it for that. I also use this for my Halloween look. But really, I'm never gonna reach for this. So there's no point keeping it for that. Like, it is pretty. It is pretty, but I've got all these tones in other palettes. So let me pass this on to someone who's going to use it. I did a little declutter here. I've decluttered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry for your ears. 7. Hello. For someone who isn't good at decluttering, and this wasn't a declutter video, I'm very proud of that. So these will all go on to good homes. They will not be wasted. I have got people who can enjoy them, namely my little sister Layla, who I end up passing a lot of my makeup onto. She loves makeup just like me, so she can pick which ones she'll enjoy, and if there's any she doesn't want, I've got other friends that will enjoy them too. So that is everything for this video. I'm gonna go and wash all of this off me. If you've enjoyed this video, you'll have to let me know if you want me to do any more like makeup collection videos, or if you want to see any declutters. I did do declutters, a few declutters not long ago, so I'll link those down below. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, let me know and I can do more, because I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!